when you're trying to buy a house and you're trying to qualify for a loan to buy the house, you may have, and you have student loan debt from the past, you may have run into what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about just two things regarding student loans and how it can affect your ability to buy a house. Hang tight. Hey everybody, and welcome into another episode of the Real Estate Minute Show. Thanks for a couple minutes of your time today. When you're going to college, as you know, college is extremely expensive right now. We're staring down things like $50,000, $60,000, $80,000 a year for college and living expenses. It's tough, and most people can't afford to pay cash for college, so they're obtaining loans. And while those loans seem really simple and easy, and they are incredibly easy to qualify for, and when you have those loans, they start racking up, baby. Just really kicking in there. Not talking about scholarships and grants. I'm talking about loans. And usually they're not due for 3, 6, sometimes 12 months. You can get them deferred until after you actually graduate to give you time to find a job. But let me tell you two things really quickly. One is that student loan debt, in a lot of cases, will affect your ability to buy a house in a large degree, depending on the type of lender you're with. And what I mean by that as the first thing I wanted to talk about is that a lot of lenders have different criteria, but generally speaking, they will count the full amount of the payment plus a little bit more, etc. on top of this. They have their own calculation for student loan debt. They won't just underwrite what you're actually paying. They underwrite what you should be paying. If it's in deferment or otherwise, that could affect your ability to borrow. It increases your expenses artificially, which decreases your ability to borrow. So you have to talk to your lender about that if you have student loan debt and what their criteria is going to be. The second is there's a high degree of probability that that student loan debt will survive any future bankruptcy that you might have, God forbid. Student loan debt has always been known as kind of like following you like taxes. It is super protected. And if you file bankruptcy, God forbid, one day to try to get out from under some debt, including student loan debt, it's very difficult to get out of your student loan debt. It is super protected. You actually have to go ahead, and I'm not a bankruptcy attorney, but you actually have to go ahead and file a separate action in bankruptcy court just for the student loan debt, showing all kinds of undue hardship and things, which is very difficult mountain to climb to get out of that debt. So essentially assume two things. One, if you're going to buy a house and you have student loan debt, talk to your lender right away and see how it's going to affect your ability to borrow. You might be surprised negatively. The second is assume that debt's going to follow you for the rest of your life, that you won't be able to get out of it unless there's some massive undue hardship that you have in your life that could try to offset. All right, hope that was helpful. Pay attention to student loan debt. It's serious, it's important, and it's growing every year as college becomes more expensive, so I thought it'd be important to talk about today. Have a great holiday season. If I don't post another episode the week of December 12th, I think it is, if I don't post one there, have a great holiday, and we'll see you back in January. If I do, then I'll see you next week. All right, take care.